All right, your following contest is a triple threat match to determine who will be the RWA Hype Champion, and it's scheduled for one fall.
One fall!
Introducing first, weighing in at 230 pounds, from the Secret City, Triplelicious.
Yeah, let's get this fella!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Triple threat match for the RWA Hype Championship. It was part of a two-tier championship, match, so to speak. Two-tier championship rules. It was Triplelicious, Chris Cruz, and Michael Santana teaming up. They won their six-man tag team match to be in this match here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who've been watching the whole show, Jimmy Hansen he had to eat the Kingslayer. He's back checking on Mike Ross. He's also being checked on. Bobby, I know you went back here. They're both not in, not that they're not a good way. They're both to say that they're angry. Mike Ross has been carried out of the building, and Jimmy Hansen's going to find him.
As you can imagine, handsome Jimmy is beside himself. The utmost concern for Mike Ross's health. Yes, he has a history of concussions, and one more could potentially take the young man out of the game entirely, let alone the wrestling game, this game of life we all play. And Jimmy is madder than a hornet.
I tell you what, and speaking of somebody who's madder than a hornet, you can see Mike Santana, who you only knew as a referee, is competing here, and he feels like he's being overlooked in a match, especially against Triplelicious, an 18-year vet, and Chris Cruz, who is a multi-year vet in his own. All three men, Cruz and Triplelicious, former champions in various different promotions. Mike Rossa is up and coming here. Not Mike Santana, not Mike Rossa. Apologies, folks. Bell is underway. Triple threat rules. One fall to a finish, and the new hype champion will be crowned here.
And Triplelicious clearly exploiting these triple threat rules as there are no countouts. He is going to preserve as much of his stamina as he can, and rightfully so. For those of you that don't know, ladies and gentlemen, the hype championship is the... Whoa, we've got a cover here. Never mind.
And a kick out just at one.
As both of these men in the ring know, the Hype Championship is the gateway.
There's a cover one and a kick out again.
To being in the big leagues here.
Cover one and a kick out.
All right, an RWA.
Quick standoff for these two, very quick. Chris Cruz and Mike Santana. You know Cruz very, very well. Again, this is in much better conditions than when he was in Rossi and company, as both men take down Triplelicious. Leg drop and a senton on Triplelicious. Nice double team here. Cover. One. No, wait a minute. A double cover.
And you will find this in triple threat matchups. The unorthodox setup of three men being in the ring, it changes the entire chemistry of the matchup. It really, truly is best man wins.
And you wonder, again, Michael Santana and Triplelicious were the ones that spent the most time in that six-man active, if the fatigue is going to hit them harder, and Chris Cruz has an ability to overcome here. Here's a cover. One, two, and a kick out.
You're talking about a unique situation where student and teacher are now fighting for the same spot on the mountain. Triplelicious once granting Mike Santana a lot of knowledge throughout his training and his coming-ups here at Renegade.
Triplelicious just manhandling Chris Cruz, sending him to the outside here. Going back after Mike Rossa, for lack of a better term, lesser experienced of the two wrestlers, two opponents. Big chop to Mike Santana. And another chop to Mike Santana. Oh, another chop to Michael Santana, and Triplelicious is being told to light up Michael Santana.
It seems as if the chief and the governor here, T. Phoenix, is taking far too much pleasure in watching Santana getting lit up.
Santana, backbreaker, a code breaker to Triplelicious. Going for a neck breaker, and Triplelicious hits the mat. Here's a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out.
Cruz making the save. Ever the opportunist.
When you look at it with Michael Santana, especially a kid who's very frustrated, this is his 3rd championship match since he's debuted. 2nd for the Hype title. He had a shot for the RWA Triple Crown Championship a couple months ago as well. Not many rookies can say that. As Chris Cruz lights up Santana with forearms, and what a hard forearm by Santana to Chris Cruz. Those are no joke. Santana charges Chris Cruz with a shot to the midsection and a forearm to Santana. Cruz, the best technical wrestler that we have right now in the RWA. He is all business and a chop that has busted open Mike Santana's chest. Triplelicious just drove his boot through the head of Chris Cruz and Mike Santana.
I am under the impression here, Rob, that technical prowess is not going to prevail here tonight. It truly is a matter of endurance. It's a matter of who can take the most amount of punishment.
Now, we didn't see, I don't know if our cameras caught at the end of the 6-man tag match, but you and I saw right here, Bobby, that Mike Santana after the match was busted open. We're not sure if it was his mouth, if he had some internal bleeding, or maybe if it was his nose, but there was a decent amount of blood in the mouth region of Mike Santana at the end of his match, his first match here tonight. See how that maybe or could possibly affect him, as these 3 men are just going to beat the hell out of each other for the RWA Hype Championship. Moonsault out of nowhere. What an agility. Cover 2 and a kick out.
I must say, even though we parted ways and had a bit of a falling out, I am thoroughly impressed with the progress that Cruz has made over the year.
Up and over, and a forearm hits Triplelicious. Chris Cruz so quick, so agile. Triplelicious lines him up for a clothesline. Cruz ducks it. Cruz quickly up to the top turnbuckle. He's going to fly again. And what a Hurricane Rana.
Very well done. And I also want to credit him with his ring awareness.
1, 2, and Triplelicious sees the bottom rope, speaking of ring awareness. Santana also broke that up. However, Triplelicious got to the bottom rope first. I mean, really, if we were scoring this on points, who would be ahead of these 3 men, really, when you think of it in this match?
I would say it's far too evenly matched to even say there is a winner right now, although I will say that Triplelicious, whoa, and here comes Cruz, flying out of the ring over to our booth. Triplelicious is standing back, and he is surveying all the action, choosing his times to be involved in this matchup. Very wise move. Crafty and sneaky, but very wise.
Into the corner goes Mike Santana, eats a boot from Triplelicious, who is conserving his energy, so to speak. Santana, excuse me, the green is throwing me off. With a shot right to the jaw, and Santana looks like he's going to try to superplex Triplelicious. He can't get a grip.
He's being a bit overzealous here. I don't think that's going to happen. But as Cruz comes to his feet, now we've got another variable. Goodness gracious.
And Triplelicious ducks off the superplex. Chris Cruz tries to go for the powerbomb. Michael Santana rolls through. Cover 2 and a kick out. Spinning wheel kick ducked under. Michael Santana has a rear waist lock, a gut buster, and here comes Triplelicious over. Sunset flip, a double powerbomb.
Sunset flip into a German suplex.
What a great maneuver by Triplelicious. A sunset flip into a dragon suplex, as Bobby Rossi so accurately called.
Sorry, I'm hurt.
Yeah,
we know that. We were surprised you're even back here out here with us.
I'm hurt.
How's Mikey doing? Mike Rossi, that is.
I didn't even see him.
He's been carted out and carted away.
I have no idea where he is.
Somewhere in East Providence, I think, over in the Riverside section.
Oh, man, Devin Blaze, man, that Kingslayer is no joke. What's going on over here? I mean, this is a 3-way match for the RWA Hype Championship.
Well, right now, if you were to say anybody's ahead on points, I think with that maneuver that Triplelicious just pulled, the sunset flip into the dragon suplex, I say Triplelicious is ahead on points, conserving his energy. Earlier in the night, Jimmy, he was your pick as well.
Well, he's still in there, isn't he?
He is, and these 3 men are just going to slug it out, trading forearms and right hands back and forth to each other.
That's a hard forearm, boy.
Santana ducked under, I think Chris Cruz is going for a DDT. And he did hit a DDT thanks to a side rush and leg sweep by Triplelicious. What a great move. What a great match here tonight by these 3 men.
This is a matter of improvisation. Triplelicious is doing everything he can to make this his moment. He's got to be the one to take charge. You're talking about a group of inexperienced, although Cruz is no slouch either. Between the two of them, Triplelicious has 10-plus years experience in this sport.
18, actually, 18.
Well, 10-plus
10
in
plus,
comparison.
10 plus 8, right, to these two. That's right, Chris Cruz has been in the business, 6 years at this point.
That is correct.
And this crowd is not actually chanting for Triplelicious. They're trading between Santana and Cruz. As Santana lights up Triplelicious with chops, sends Triplelicious to the top turnbuckle. And once again, maybe getting a little overzealous with Triplelicious. It didn't work the first time. As Santana tries with that vertical suplex, Chris Cruz is going to break it up again and going to try for that power bomb.
Oh, no.
See if they can hit it this time, and they do! The power bomb and superplex. These three men leaving it all in the center of the ring. And Jim, my question is, what's the strategy at this point?
You just try to pin somebody.
Santana has a cut. Wait a minute. All three men are covering each other, and all three men kick out. Manny Souza found two. Manny Souza is in charge of this match and our main event coming up with Christopher Dozer and Chris Pyro, the senior official here tonight. Shot with the forearms, and Triplelicious, no joke, just going to lay in those hard shots. Big European uppercut, staggers Chris Cruz. Cruz, who lost the Hype Championship to Tommy Trainwreck, and the belt was immediately vacated. Ooh. Cruz eats
that was a right hand to the ear.
Jeez, nothing pretty about that.
Triplelicious gets Cruz up. Just laying in the shots, and Cruz is going to try to fire back. Triplelicious is staggered, and what a shot to the back of the head.
And Cruz, I suggest getting someone in the middle of that ring.
Jesus!
Drop kick sends Cruz halfway across the ring into the bottom turnbuckle. Cruz eats a forearm, staggers. And what's Santana? Is Santana going for the Santana Slam? No, he's not. He was trying something else. Cruz was able to block it.
Pipeline gutbuster.
Cruz has Santana up, and he hits the pipeline gutbuster. Santana staggered.
Jay Driller.
This is how he won the Hype title, and Triplelicious rolls Cruz through. 1, 2. Triplelicious is the Hype champion. The crafty veteran was able to steal a victory with a roll-up, cleverly scouted. And Triplelicious has won the championship here tonight. What a great match, and what a tremendous win by Triplelicious. Bobby Rossi, you pointed it out. He was biding his time this whole match, and there's why.
Less is more. I do have to eat a few of my words, as I said technical prowess wouldn't weigh in as heavily as it did. Clearly, I was wrong. He waited for his moment, he picked it, and he chose the winning one, as we have a new Hype champion in Triplelicious.
Triplelicious, this crowd's stunned. We thought the J Driller was coming up, and that Triplelicious was gonna wouldn't even see it coming. We thought Chris Cruz was the one that was gonna end up winning this match here. Santana beside himself. Look at the anger in the face of Michael Santana right now as Triplelicious celebrates in the ring. And gentlemen, well, we have reached the moment before the storm. The RWA Triple Crown Championship on the line, a last man standing match. We all know Christopher Dozer lost the dog match at the Thanksgiving Throwdown. He entered number 30 in the Throwdown, unprecedented to win it, to face Chris Pyro here tonight. These two men despise one another.
Well, this is going to be pretty interesting. I mean, I don't necessarily know what's going to happen. I really don't. I mean, this type of match does not favor Chris Dozer so much. And the reason I say that is because he has to keep Chris Pyro, the face of the RWA, down for a 10 count. You know how hard that's going to be?
You're talking about a man with a ton of resolve in Chris Pyro, and I'm going to have to agree with you, Jimmy. He's not just going to take this lying down.
It's going to be incredibly difficult, and that match is next. We'll have the introductions right after this.